Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly forecast for November 25th through December 1st. We're gonna check in here, see what's happening the week ahead. We're gonna see what's happening with this deck here. We have a new moon in Sagittarius, so we're gonna go ahead and pull a blessing message, a manifestation message for you with that deck there. As always, guys, I always credit the creators of the deck in the description. So if you like the cards, if you want to go check them out and get them for yourself, I always have them listed. I really believe in supporting the artists and the creators that put these together. I have such a love for the cards, so I always have that listed. So if you're curious who made them, who they're by, that's always listed in the description. All right, my darlings, what's happening with Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead? Here is your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my darlings. Let's get right on in it. Ooh, Monday, Tuesday, you have 10 of Hearts. Everybody's cup, right? Everybody's cup. Everybody's, like, desired card. Everybody wants to see. Let's get closer here. Let's adjust the lighting. There we are. 10 of Hearts is 10 of Cups, right? You might have heard of it as 10 of Cups. And it's a card that people like to see. People are always happy when it comes up for them. The creator of this deck has it listed here as a culmination, okay? Culmination, which is to accumulate or to gather things coming together, things, being in abundance. And so 10 of Hearts or 10 of Cups is definitely a card having to do with coming into abundance in all its forms. You know, the physical abundance, financial, love, romance, affection, emotional intimacy. Abundance comes in many ways, in many forms. And that's the point of the card, is you just kind of have it all across the board. All of it in all of its different ways. It's a sense of peace, comfort, stability. It's a wonderful and happy card. Now, some of you are like, that sounds wonderful, but my life can't be further away from 10 of Cups, right now. You might be like, my life is 0 cups right now. How am I going to go from 0 to 10 in a couple of days? Well, that's the whole thing about this energy, guys. You have to keep in mind a couple of things. These are general readings, so the energies are going to impact you at different levels at different times, depending on where you are in your journey, okay? And so Spirit is bringing this to you as a reassurance that, look, you are going to have this 10 of Cups. It is going to happen. Some of you might be getting together with family early on in the week. Maybe you're taking time off, maybe depending on where you are in the world. It might be holiday season, and you might be getting together with family a little bit early, a little before the holiday. And you might find that, hey, you know what? This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. You might be enjoying it. You might be having a good time. There could be, for some of you, I'm hearing olive branch. Someone may be extending an olive branch to you, or you may be taking the first step and you may be extending an olive branch to someone else. Olive branch meaning, some of you are like, what? What is Amethyst talking about? Olive branch? What? If you're not familiar with the expression, excuse me, I have to keep in mind people watch from different parts of the world, and it's kind of like an expression that people might not understand what it means. It is taken from the Bible. And again, you might come from a background where the Bible is not recognized where you are, and that's fine too. But it's a symbol of peace. It's a symbol of peace, or like a promise of peace, or a promise of like better times or good times. So if there's been some kind of a conflict, and this wouldn't surprise me, because the past few weeks the energies have been intense and there have been conflicts happening or conflicts arising. However, because you have 10 of Cups kicking off the beginning of the week, Taurus, I feel like you may have already gone through that conflict energy, and this could be the time of coming together, peace, making up, being able to come into an energy of, being happy together, or spending time with loved ones. Some of you might find that someone is bringing you into their family, whether it's a friend, maybe like a friend is like having you spend time with their family, and so you're coming into a sense of soul family. Or if you've been dating someone, They might be taking you home around their family, but I just feel a sense of peace and family coming up with the 10 of Cups card. And if you feel lonely, and if you feel like you have no family to speak of, or your blood family is very toxic, this card is coming up to reassure you that you will be coming into a sense of family. It might not hit you on Monday or Tuesday, but things are happening and shifting to get you there. Okay, your Wednesday, Thursday card, my darlings, is you have the High Priestess, and this card's been kind of coming up for a few of the signs. And so it's coming up for you all here in the midweek. And so this has to do with really connecting with your intuition, your inner knowing, chakras being cleared and opening up, blockages being removed, really being in that higher self energy, really picking up on your intuition, your own spiritual gifts and abilities. And something happens when we're in High Priestess mode, and some of you have heard me talk about it, where it's basically an element or a situation where you have these energies coming in that you have a lot of people kind of just wanting to be near you, or obsessing over you, or just, being very attracted to you. And you might not have done a whole lot or changed a whole lot about yourself, but all of a sudden you might be finding yourself getting all this extra attention. And anytime High Priestess comes up, I just feel like I have to warn people and say, look, you're like this great big juicy steak right now. Everybody wants a piece of you. Or you're like this very just, appetizing energy. And so you're going to have a lot of people coming at you, right? Like you're like a bright candle in a dark room. And so you're going to have these moths rushing at you. And some of them are mesmerized by you, and they think you're just absolutely magical, and they don't know what you are, and they just want to be near you and know everything about you. And they might not be ready for that, and they may get burned, or they may knock into you, or they may just be haters. So understand and know that you might be getting a lot of attention at this time, and it's going to be important for you to practice shielding your energy. It's going to be important for you, Taurus, at this time to practice your boundaries, right? And it doesn't surprise me that this is coming up, because we are in the new moon energy this week, and we are going through like this collective awakening. So I think a lot of people are coming into a higher vibration, and Taurus, you're coming into a higher vibration. So you may be very kind of drawn right now. You may be very kind of buzzing at this higher vibration, and so you may be attracting energy, and it's going to be important for you to know like where to draw the line. You can't let everybody in. You just simply can't, because you're going to create a lot of attachment in that way, or a lot of people pulling at you or wanting a piece of you. And you have to keep in mind that you are not the source. You are connected to source, right? But these might be people who are mistaking you for source. So you need to just really make sure you have your boundaries, and you're making time for yourself, and you're not taking on all of these projects, and you're not coming into this belief that it's up to you, or that you're even able to save every single person that comes across your path. You can pray for them, you can meditate for them, you can light candles for them, you can give them a comforting word and encouragement, but at the end of the day, it's not your burden to take on every single person's thing on your back. So keep that in mind. Also, in terms of love, romance, attractiveness, if you're single, you might be getting a lot of attention this week. Do not mistake people's persistence with readiness to commit. They just might be very persistent because they're very in awe of you. So allow people to prove themselves before you go and, are like, all right, let's do this, right? Don't take persistence as like, oh, they're really ready, because they're just instinctively reacting to this pull they feel, this magnetism that they feel. But magnetism isn't necessarily meaning somebody who's ready. So don't confuse those two things, Taurus. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Ace of Angels. So this is wisdom. This is a card that comes up when a lot of like limiting or limited beliefs are being cleared out of the way. Okay, you're coming into a time of being able to see the truth of a situation, and clear away any thinking that was blocking you. So those of you that you've been longing for 10 of Cups, or you've been longing to have a stronger connection to your intuition and be able to see the truth, but you feel like you've kind of struggled with it, there may have been some mental blocks. There could have been some blocks in the crown chakra, or in the way that you think, or you see yourself, or you see the world. And those things are going to begin clearing away in the beginning of the week. So, I'm sorry, at the end of the week. So Taurus, I feel that for some of you, this is a general reading, keep in mind, and this is not going to be for every single one of you, even within the general reading. But I feel that for some of you, this new moon is going to feel more like a full moon, in that you are releasing. You're releasing old ways of thinking. You're receiving the old feelings that you have about yourself that are connected to those ways of thinking. And I'm hearing liberation, being liberated, being freed from that kind of that self-imprisonment that you were in because of the thinking. You're coming out of the cage. And even as we look at the picture on this card, it's like the heart with the wings. It's very much telling us that you're coming into this energy of, being able to really, really come out of that feeling trapped, feeling stuck. Those thoughts kept you from being able to be happy or feeling free. But it's like your heart has these wings. So as these thoughts are being lifted and released and cleared, your heart is rising to joy and to happiness. So that's very, very positive, right? And your clear way of thinking is going to lead you to things that are going to continue to bring you joy and happiness in your life and fulfillment in your life. So this is a really big change of direction for you, Taurus. So be proud of yourself, those of you who are going through this cycle, and just trust in your guidance, your intuition to guide you, because you are coming into a time of connection and being able to intuitively know the right steps to take towards soul family, towards happiness, towards fulfillment, and all those wonderful things. So we're going to see what your spirit message is, or what your blessing is for the week. And as always, guys, I do encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those may resonate with you more than others. They might just add a little extra information that can be helpful. So I always encourage you all to check those out as well. But we're going to see what your prayer or your blessing is. Alrighty, my dears. So you have here a blessing of protection, right? So some of you might feel that you need this because you are really opening up. You're getting a lot of attention. People are coming your way. You're starting to connect to the spirit realm and receiving messages and guidance. So it makes sense. You might just kind of feel a little bit vulnerable. You might feel like, hey, you know what? I would really like some protection here. I would really like to know that it's safe for me to open up, right? Anytime we open up and we receive, we can feel a little bit vulnerable. So let's go ahead and turn to the prayer here, my dears. In the last couple of times I read the prayers, a lot of people told me they came back and they listened to it every single morning before they went to bed, every single night before they went to bed, or in the morning when they woke up. And I'm all for that, guys. If this makes you feel comforted, soothed, if you feel like somebody's praying over you and that feels good, please feel free to make use of the video however many times you would like. So, my darling Taurus, I was going to say Pisces, my darling Taurus, your prayer here, dear Taurus: a blessing to shield and safeguard you against harsh circumstances, people, and weather. May the blessing of an ancient sword be yours, held high and shining, subduing all who may through intent or simple destructive force do you harm. May a great shield be held above you, so that when arrows rain down on you, they may glance off, leaving you untouched, unharmed, but with the great, glad, fierce joy of life given again to you. May the protection of the land beneath you be yours, so your feet are firm on the good earth, and all good food rises and finds its way to your table again and again. May your home, your creatures, your children, and all who dwell within your walls be sheltered and encircled with a ring of bright, flame by the goddess, and let nothing that could harm you pass. And if you leave your home, let the path you walk be starred with blessings, so that each touch of the earth upon your feet is gentle and safe and certain. May the rowan tree grow strong above you, and beneath her branches may there be protection, and with those gentle leaves come the blessings of kindness, tolerance, acceptance, and the embrace of nature and her medicine within you. May the cloak of the goddess be about you, keeping you warm and safe, shielded and sheltered, hidden from those who would do you harm, comforted and encouraged to keep going. For beneath her shield, with her sword held high, within that circle of blue flame, and with her blessing upon your path, you are protected and blessed. And from this you must know how precious and beloved you are to her. Blessed be, Taurus. How very beautiful. Whew. Take it in, breathe it out. Taurus, if you feel you need a little bit more love here, a little bit more reassurance, be sure to check out the channeled full moon video I did for the full moon we just had. Check out the channeled messages for the November love readings. I know some of you might not care too much about love or romance right now, but they are channeled messages, the ones for November, so they can apply in a lot of ways, not just in love and romance. And I had such a positive response to the channeled messages that I'm going to do a channeled message every month on the channel. So the December message will be coming up in a couple of days, as well as December love videos will also be up in a couple of days. So go ahead and hit subscribe and notification if you haven't already, if you want to get a notice when those videos get posted. Taurus, I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm going to take some time off from private readings in the coming week so that I can start working on the 2020 predictions and tarot readings for each of the zodiac signs. So I'm going to take time off. I'm going to get those videos ready for you guys. They should be coming up, shortly after the end of this coming week. So I guess maybe beginning of December, you'll see them start popping up. But again, notification, subscribe if you want to get a notice when the 2020 prediction videos are up. I'm going to be working on them this coming week. So I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being here, my darlings, and I'm wishing you a fabulous week.